On today's episode, I'm calling out whoever this F-150 the last time. Somebody replaced this bedside before, then they ran sheet metal screws in it, then they ground off the heads of the sheet metal.
I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I murk. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. Everything I get, I murk. You can tell by the way I walk, I ain't just talking about it. I stay putting in that work. I'm up in the morning like 5 in the morning, I'm already on. So when you just getting out of the box, boy, I'm rounding the corner. This ain't a persona, I do this for real. I'm hungry since
This one down and fill any little small voids that might pop up. I don't think there might be one or two couple spots, but real minor. So, and then this. What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 108 of Inside the Body Shop. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. I want to know who did it. Who repaired this F-150 bedside last time? Or should I say replaced the F-150 bedside last time? I'll get into that in a minute. But first thing this morning when I got to the shop, I had the F-150 cab corner. I finished putting that on. I welded it all up, and I got that one up to fill so Eric could finish up the fill work on it and get it primed up. If you missed the first part of that repair, I put that cab corner on yesterday's episode 107. So be sure to go check that out and see the first half of that repair if you missed it. Then I got into the bedside on this F-150, and this was an interesting one. I started looking at it, and it looked like it had been replaced before. And the more I got into it, I noticed that the way they did it was not right. It was not right at all. It held up so far. I don't know when it was done, but it probably wouldn't have lasted. What they did was they bonded the entire bedside on, no welds whatsoever, no rivets whatsoever, and they ran sheet metal screws all the way around to pull it tight and pull the panel bond together, and then they just ground off the heads of the sheet metal screws once the glue dried, and that was how they finished it out. They actually ground them down and they put a little filler over the head where they ground down the head of the screw off. So, incorrect repair, not the way you do it at all. So it made it a little bit of a chore to get this thing off. It was on there tight, I'll give them that. Doesn't make it right, but it was on there tight. It was a chore to get this thing chiseled off. But when I got it off, it was a lot more cleaning up. It was a mess, a lot more cleaning up. It took a lot more time than it should have because I didn't want to damage anything else on the inner structure of the bed where that bedside attached. So took a little longer than I wanted, but I got it off and it should be fine. So I'll be fitting up the new bedside first thing in the morning. But that was my day today. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I go in a little in depth explaining how this is all done. I'll show you guys in the episode, so stay tuned. But thank you for watching. If you do, be sure to click that share button if you enjoy this episode. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Check out my day. All right, I went ahead and coated my seams with some filler, But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna send this one up to Eric to finish up the fill work on the cab corner, a little bit on the post, and get this one primed up. And I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this bedside right here. This is for the same truck, but that way they can get the cab moving along while I do the bedside, and hopefully we can get this one done quickly. All right, now onto the bedside. You guys can see all the damage, if you can see it all through that area. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy cut off. I got the new one right here. These are rivet bonded on as well, and I weld the front and back ends in a few spots, but most of it's rivet bonded. These are pretty straightforward. I've done a bunch of these, so I'm gonna knock this one out quickly. So I just started looking at this bedside closer, and it looks like somebody replaced this bedside before, and they bonded the entire thing. There's no rivets, no welds that I could see yet. Looks like they bonded the whole thing, then they ran sheet metal screws in it to hold it tight, then they ground off the heads of the sheet metal screws. So not the right way to do it, but I'm gonna have to take this one off a little differently than I normally would. I think I'm gonna use a hammer and a chisel just to see if it pops apart. The whole thing might just pop off. We will see. So what's holding it right there is not a weld, it's actually just the end of a sheet metal screw. I could feel the sheet metal screw. Yep, you can see right here. There's the sheet metal screws. I can feel them from the backside. They have 3 of them there. They have more of them up here. And then they just ground the heads off after the glue dried. Not the right way to do it. So it's gonna be a little different, getting this thing apart without tearing anything else up. If they use a little 1/4-inch rivets, you can see the backside of them. They just popped little 1/4-inch. You can see them right there. Put some of this together because I didn't put it together the way it's supposed to be. So I cut a window so I could see up in here. I normally would do this different, but being that it was all done before and they hacked it all up, I gotta